Good evening, your majesties, and welcome to this evening's performance. I, of course, am Hayden Hartrick. I am the ringleader of this dangerous duplex of Dungeoneers, and these are your jesters. We've got Clayton Chalman.
I'm Groot.
We've got Collin Mims.
It's Moira's birthday, so happy birthday, happy birthday, Moira. Wow.
And we've got Brett Owen.
Happy birthday, Moira!
And this is
Jest
Quest.
Also, happy birthday, Moira. I know I'm the only person that didn't say it, but I mean it.
Also, happy birthday, Moira. Moira's a very, very good friend of the stream.
She's
Hello,
playing
everybody.
herself right now, so she's probably not seeing this, but she'll see it on
Eventually,
Wednesday.
on Wednesday when it goes up on YouTube. Hello, everybody. How are you? How's everybody here doing?
I'm doing good.
I'm fucking hot.
Yeah.
Doing great.
Yeah.
It's Jest Quest time, everybody.
It's just time.
Thank you for joining us again for our little Sunday get together where we all get to just play a little bit of Dungeon Dragon together. I don't think there's really anything much that needs to be talked about before we jump right into our episode. So that's right. I'm just thinking we jump into it. What do y'all think?
Well, are we gonna role play the picnic?
Yes. Eventually, once the session starts.
Okay.
Unless y'all had a separate picnic y'all wanted to do right now before we get into the game.
I can bust out the charcuterie board.
There you go.
And then,
All right.
Now.
So, last time on Jest Quest, right? Our group, the Candy Mafia, finally arrived in the city of Domot, tracking on the tales of a man named Tallard, who they found out was connected with somebody known as the Phoenix King. In the city of Domot, their ally, Thomas Archibald XVI, disappeared from his bedroom, leaving a note notifying the party that he had been summoned by his family and for the party to continue on and punch the Phoenix King for him. And so the party began to do exactly that. They have begun to investigate around the city of Domot, looking for any threads that might lead to this mysterious Phoenix King. In their quest, they came across an apothecary known as the Grass is Greener Apothecary, with a woman known as Talia who ran the establishment. Now, Talia, they found out, is a woman who knows how to obtain information for a price, usually dealing in secrets or gold, whichever was done. Micah's put in an order for information to be found. Dionys was able to negotiate a trade for information, offering a letter that has yet to be written in exchange for information about the Phoenix King. And Monty bought a 5-second love potion that would be brewed over the next couple of days.
I forgot about that.
I did not.
Before moving on to their next location known as Nathar's General Goods, which is the only other really establishment of note in this town, they decided to go give a picnic. They were given food to deliver to their Uncle Jeffrey, or Uncle Jerry, or whichever name. It was a J name.
Jeffrey.
As that was their ruse for being in the town. And they headed out into the forest to find a nice spot for their picnic. And that is where we're going to pick up. So, as you head out of the city of Domot, are you trying to stay within the city, or are you exiting the city as a whole?
We're exiting the city because we lied about where Uncle Jeffrey lived, and we're trying to be as thorough with this as possible because none of us seem to be very good about this ruse. So we are definitely going to be. We're trying to live this out as much as possible and deliver the food to Uncle Jeffrey.
Wonderful.
By which we mean eat the food by ourselves in the woods.
Okay. So you head out of the city of Domont, passing by the the fields of grains that you noticed when you came in, and eventually you find the beginnings of the foresty area. I need somebody to make an investigation check, please.
I'm pretty good at those.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm usually pretty good at those. That's gonna be a 10.
Okay, it's still good enough. It takes you about half an hour of really kind of searching through this area to find a good area that you kind of find it. You're like, this is a good picnic area. There's like a couple of tree stumps and like a fallen over log that you could sit on. There's a nice area in the middle that you could toss out a blanket over to that you could kind of set the food upon, and you could have a nice little picnic as it draws closer to a little bit after midday in the middle of the woods. So if that's what you do, is there anything else before you start busting out the food, or anything else you would like to do?
Really?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you obviously you throw out a little blanket across the ground. You pull out a basket that has a mix of breads and fruits that was given to you by Brune. It's simple foods, but it's enough to kind of for a decent meal. So the food spread lays out in front of you.
This is nice.
Yeah.
Not used to people being so hospitable.
Indeed.
Especially after last city. Yeah, you'd figure. I had to pay for raw meat, and this is like actual food. It's pretty good.
Perhaps we should deceive people more often.
I know, right? That's the takeaway I'm making from this one.
It's always worked out well for me.
Yeah.
Going well so far.
You just don't have to put yourself in the situation. No, I'm not gonna blame you for that. Yeah, very, very good, very tasty. What's the plan from here?
Well,
You go ahead.
well, I have some information I was going to impart to Talia, and in response, she should be giving us some information about the Phoenix King and about the cult. I can get about writing that letter right now while we're eating. That shouldn't be too much an issue.
Okay.
And then after that, we should be going to Nathar's General Goods. I still believe that we should keep an eye out, see if there are any other red-haired individuals that we see.
Okay.
I'm not. Yes. I think that there is something about Edgar's presence.
Mhm.
I do not want to hinge on it too much, but
Yeah.
it does strike me as unusual.
I understand.
Oh, perhaps we should ask Talia about him as well.
I'll be another 200. I feel.
Probably.
We did bring up Brune's mystery lady when talking to her. Seems she kind of said that if we wanted info on her as well, that would be another 200 gold. Do you know? Do you have the information? Like, what are you telling Talia in exchange for the Phoenix King and stuff?
Well, how about we qualify that? Will what you tell her put us in danger in any way? Will it put us in a situation where she has leverage against us? Because if so, that might be necessary. Otherwise, your business is your business.
I do not think that will be an issue. It's mostly just little personal secrets. Some secrets about some people I'm not particularly fond of that I don't mind sharing about. Nothing I think that will put us in any sort of risk. But it could. You never know these days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty okay with risk.
All right. Well.
Dionysus is going to, after that, she's going to just pull out some, either some lead, a pencil, pen, whatever, and start writing this letter in between bites of like meat and fruit. Not meat, bread and fruit.
While you're doing that, do we have any like leftover foods? I'm assuming like.
You probably have some like dried meats that you would have amongst your ration kits and things like that. And there's still a decent chunk of food. Like it was a generous amount of food. There's enough for you all to eat your fill and still have some left over.
I find a stick, and hey, Monty, toss me an apple. Like toss me an apple.
Sure. Are you gonna fruit ninja this?
Well, no, I don't. This isn't a sword. This is a stick. I was gonna like hit it like they call it it's a Western kind of thing. You hit it, and then you run really far. Like
run ball.
Run ball. There we go. Yeah. Run ball. Let me some run ball. And
okay.
It sounds like a waste of a perfectly good apple.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Do you want me to toss like a rock or something?
Okay. Yes. Let's throw a rock instead. Still,
all right.
Run ball time. Come
on. And Monty almost stands up and is like, buddy. And I'll hand a rock to Buddy.
Okay. Make a
That'd be Dex?
Yeah, I'm thinking make an acrobatics check. This is for you're trying to, because you're not trying to get it past him, you're just trying to go right down the center so he can hit it, correct?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right, so that's a natural 1 to a total of 2.
Okay. Micah, I need you to make an attack roll with disadvantage.
Oh God. Okay. Well, yeah. Let me.
Off to a breakneck start here on this.
Well, one of those is a 2, and the other one is a 14. So that'll be a 2 to hit.
So Micah, you kind of take your stick, right, and you kind of close your eyes and you push your feet into the ground and you kind of exhale, and you all kind of swear you see this almost like the stick glow for a second as he kind of exhales and swings. And you hear it cut through the air like as he swings past really hard. To which, as soon as he finishes the swing, you hear the rock kind of thump, as it is about a foot in front of him. Not even, it didn't even make it all the way to the middle, but you swung right down the middle. There was just nothing to hit.
That would have been a good hit, though.
Would have been. Yeah, I'm not. I haven't played Run Ball in a while. We should play it sometime. Like, I'm sure there was like a minor league kind of thing going on in wherever Mosetta. That's the town we're from, Mosetta. There's probably like a minor league kind of thing going on there. Yeah. Honest, how's that letter going?
I'm just about finished with it. It's nothing particularly detailed. It is juicy, though.
Ooh.
Mm.
Oh, I see you got some actual apple juice on that.
Yes. That is the difficulty with, unfortunately, writing and eating at the same time. Do try the apple juice, though. It's very good.
Okay. I try some apple juice.
I mean, yeah.
Paint me a word picture, Hayden.
Okay, there's a little like water skin of apple juice. It's sweet, sweeter than you would have thought. It seems like very well made apple juice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you want more than that? You want a 20-minute description of a water skin of apple juice?
If you can bullshit 20 minutes of a water skin description, I will pay $5.
Didn't we already do this with milk last episode?
Yeah. Every episode now has a drink that we have to associate with it.
By the way, Micah, if I recall correctly, we are from Zastros, not Mosetta. Wink, wink.
Oh, yes, of course. So, yeah, yes. Forgot. To be honest with you, I thought we were safe in the woods. I completely forgot about our cover. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Forgot about that.
And what are our names again?
So you're Big M.
I remember I'm Big M, but are y'all just your own names?
Yes. That is what makes it so convincing. That
Yeah.
two of them sound real.
I mean, that works. I guess I would have given a fake name anyway, so that's not a huge bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Admittedly, I do think this is somewhat reduced by the fact that we are followed around by a giant metal man with an anvil. But
yeah, that's kind of hard to be covert with him, but
the company is worth it.
absolutely. Y'all ready to head back into town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dionys, as you begin to pack up the spread, the spread that's in front of you, as you kind of stand up and you go to reach down to start, packing up the extra food, you notice the sun isn't quite where you think it should be. It's midday, so the sun should be above you, but you look out into the forest and you see an orange glow alongside the horizon line.
Fuck.
An orange glow that seems to be growing.
Fuck.
That is not a very good sign.
As she points this out, you all are able to kind of look to where she's pointing, and you see that off maybe about 40 feet away, or actually maybe, sorry, not 40 feet, about 60 to 80 feet away, there is a orange glow that is getting closer, and as it gets a little bit closer, you start to see wisps of color coming off of it, as it is this maybe about 10-foot tall thing that kind of finally breaks through a bush, and you finally see this like 10-foot tall humanoid looking figure whose entire body is made of flames, and it kind of stops for a second, looks at all three of you,
Hey, what's up?
and it begins to run towards you. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Fucking Christ.
God almighty.
That was 0 to 60 in what, like 3 seconds?
Yeah.
God. What's my initiative modifier?
All right, let me get the battle map set up for you while everybody's rolling initiative.
Oh man.
That's
Everybody ready for
thing.
this? We're about to have a whole new overlay we made earlier today. Let me transition to that. Here we go. We're looking at the new overlay. Isn't that so pretty? Let me pull up this. Let me...
Ooh.
Ooh. Let me make sure I am... And let me reveal these areas.
We'll be right back.
Of course. Alright. Alright, let's see if this looks alright. And there we go. I think that looks pretty good on stream. If anybody in the audience would like to tell me if this doesn't look good, please do. I'm still trying to mess around with getting this to look exactly perfect. But this is what you see. A familiar, this time you've encountered a fire elemental in the past. However, this time it looks much more humanoid. Like the fire elemental you've had in the past didn't have legs. It just kind of had like a tornado of fire that had like arms that would shoot out from it. This one looks like a 10-foot tall buff man on fire.
So he's hot.
Yeah, how defined are those thighs?
Very defined.
This is hip leg day.
So, can I get everybody's initiative rolls, please?
Natural 1.
Oh, for a total of
3.
okay. Monty.
12.
All right, Dionys.
I got a 14.
14. That's Micah is your name. All right. So, this elemental breaks through the brush. You kind of can now see past him, and there's a line of fire that kind of trails off through the forest, and he is charging at all of you. Dionys, you are up first.
I was afraid of that. All right. So, I'm going to turn to Monty and say, "May I enchant you really fast?"
Please do.
And she is going to, I'm trying to think of how to describe this. She's just going to wave her staff forward, kind of like pulling the motion from the ground upwards towards Monty, and she's casting Enlarge on him.
Okay.
Fuck yeah, Big Monty.
Oh yeah.
You are doubled in all dimensions. Your weight is multiplied by 8. You are now large. And until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d8 damage as your sword increases in size with you.
I believe is it 1d8 or 1d4?
1d4, thank you.
1d4 damage, of course.
Is it taller than Buddy now?
Yes, much taller. Buddy is medium sized. Buddy is about maybe like 7 feet tall?
I believe Buddy is 7 feet tall. I think I am only about 10 feet tall, so I'm not like crazy taller.
No, but you widen with yourself too. So
yes.
He's now about the same size as the elemental that is dashing towards you.
Okay.
Fuck
so
yeah.
So as the magic from the ground kind of spirals around as Dionys pulls her staff up, it kind of spirals around your foot. And you feel like yourself grow as you kind of push out, and the tree that you had been sitting on kind of pushes out with you, as now you are standing tall, taller than everybody else in the party. And I believe, is that anything else you would like to do, Dionys?
She's just going to say, just to level the playing field.
Dionys, you didn't tell us you could do this. What? What?
All right.
That seemed relevant.
That moves us on to Monty.
I am going to move down
Okay.
a little bit this way.
Perfect.
All right. I thank you. Monty is very visibly jazzed about this. And he springs his shield out, draws his sword, and I'm just gonna charge at this fella. I'll go up to right there.
Perfect.
And I will take my 2 sword attacks at this guy. So the first one will be a 17 to hit.
A 17 hits.
All right, and the second one will be a 16 to hit.
16 hits.
Cool. So then the first attack, how much damage? Yes, I do. That. The first attack will be 12 slashing damage. And the second attack will be... Ooh.
And your sword is currently +1 enchanted, correct?
+1 enchanted magical sword.
Alrighty.
And the second one will be 17 slashing damage.
Okay. So, you take your sword and you run up and you are able to just like cut through as your sword it glides through like scissors in paper, just kind of sliding through the elemental, giving a cut. And as your sword leaves through the body, the flames kind of reform as it leaves. As you cut once, and then you cut twice down, and each time you cut, the body kind of shoots flames out that hit you like across the chest and stuff. As you take through both attacks, you take 14 points of fire damage
Total?
total.
Okay, and that will be reduced to 7.
Yes. Alrighty.
Man, it's a good thing that we've got all these fire enemies.
Thinking, yeah.
Yes, and with my bonus action, I will command Buddy for 25, 30, 35, 40. We'll have him get a little bit of distance over here. And he's going to take an attack as well.
Alrighty.
And that will be a dirty 20 to hit.
A dirty 20 hits.
All right. That will be 10 force damage.
All right. So as the anvil head slams into the fire elemental's chest, the flames kind of wrap out and like hit Buddy in the chest. He takes 4 points of fire damage as the slam kind of goes in, and you see like the foot of the fire elemental kind of steady itself and push into the ground a little bit, burning a little bit more of the grass that's right around it.
All right.
Alrighty. Does that do it for Buddy?
That is all from us.
Alrighty. It is the fire elemental's turn. You kind of watch as it takes a step back, kind of, reeling from all of this, and then it takes a step back and then just charges right towards you, and it loses its corporeal form for a second as it just becomes a line of fire that runs through you all the way and landing right here. It is not.
Do we get our attacks,
No,
or is it fully?
This is a specific type of move. It's like a teleport type of movement.
Yeah.
It basically became a incorporeal cone, wrapping cylinder of fire that kind of shot past you before you were able to really make your move. But it only moved through you, so you're the only one that gets this. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
I How's a 5 do?
A 5 does not pass.
All right.
So you take you take 14 points of fire damage as it right through your chest, and then kind of resteadies itself, and then kind of turns back around, now back in the fully man-like form.
Okay.
Right,
and that'll be 7 again, I assume.
Yes.
So cool.
You get your reduction. All right. That is it for its turn. Micah.
Yeah, now that it's right next to me, and I'm in the shadow of this 10-foot thing, I'm just gonna try and go for the legs, I guess. I'm gonna activate my rage.
Okay, bonus action rage.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go for the legs with my glaive.
Okay. Is your glaive considered magical yet?
Well, I've set it as my Kinsei weapon.
Yes. Let me double check if Kinsei weapons are considered magical. I know that they get it. I don't know if you have it yet though.
Guys, I think I just found its weakness.
Hayden's really trying to assassinate us at a picnic. God damn it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Trying to
I'm
help
not
me.
trying to do anything. Don't
You know what?
blame the
Before
DM.
we were done with the picnic.
So a Kinsei weapon is just treated as a monk weapon now,
Yes.
and I get some extra abilities with that weapon, but not. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, so it won't count as magical until you reach 6th level.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
That sounds bad.
Monk, which is 3 more levels for me. Love that.
go ahead and make your first attack then.
Okay, that was a 21.
A 21. A 21 definitely hits.
Okay, and that will be That'll be a 6.
All right. 6 points of damage. So, Micah, as you take your glaive and you spin it above your head and come down. Did you add your rage damage bonus to that as well?
Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah.
you had your strength and your rage bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you take the glaive and you swing it down and you go right and you connect with right with the knee or where you assume the knee would be, and it cuts through the knee, but the leg kind of stays for a second, and then angles towards you, and just a punch of fire shoots and hits you right in the gut. You take 9 points of fire damage, as then the leg before the elemental even loses balance, the leg comes back up and reforms with the rest of the body.
Oh god. Okay. Is that fire damage? What
Yes,
kind of damage?
9 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Alrighty. That brings us to Dionis. If that's
right.
Unless you got anything else you would like to do, Micah.
No, that should be it.
All right, cool.
Oh god, this is such a bad position to be in.
I know.
Of course you do. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, we're good. Dionis is going to take the disengage action instead.
Okay.
And she is going to hop up onto this this little stump right
Of
here.
course.
And then she's going to run down this way and kind of give a little wave to to Monty in the process and say, "Get back in there." And she's going to cast Healing Word on him.
Okay, perfect.
Oh, where are my D4? There they are. It's hidden.
It is 1d4 plus your wisdom modifier, correct?
So you're going to get 7 health back.
Hell yeah.
So the energy, that mystical energy, kind of comes out of the staff, and you kind of feel yourself reinvigorated a little bit back in your giant body. Is there anything else you'd like to do, Dionis? I believe that was your movement, action, and bonus.
Yep.
So
That's
Monty,
it.
you're back up.
All right. I'm going to do what Dionis told me to do. Bam, bam, bam. I'm going to rush in all big and stuff. And let me count. Do I want to do this? Sorry, I just realized that this was an option this turn, and I think I'm going to. I'm going to not give Buddy a command, and instead, I'm going to use my bonus action to do a branding smite.
Ooh.
For my first attack. So I kind of clang the butt of my sword into my shield. There's a light crackle along the surface. And then there's some static arcane little bits that run up my sword, and then it starts to heat up as if it had been in a furnace. And then I'll go ahead and take my first attack, which will be a 24 to hit.
A 24 most definitely hits.
All right, and that'll be a D8, a D4, and 2 D6s of radiant damage.
A D8, a D4 of slashing damage, and then 2 D6 of radiant.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter, but yes.
So the slashing damage is going to be 13, and then 9 radiant damage. So 21 total damage.
13 and 9?
22, yes.
22 damage. That's pretty good.
And then I'll go for my second swipe. That'll be another 24 to hit.
That hits.
And that will be fucking snake eyes, baby. That's gonna be 7 slashing damage.
7 slashing damage. Alrighty. So you run up to this elemental with your sword, and as you kind of as you run up, you pull the spark and your sword begins to ignite like it's just fresh out of a furnace, and you kind of slash into the creature, and it that burn that's on your sword kind of immediately dissipates into the creature, as it now has this like red glow on top of it, which is kind of gets drowned out by its natural orange glow, but it's still just enough that you see it's kind of outlined, and your sword kind of cuts through heavily, and you feel like the tear, like you feel yourself actually feel like you're connecting with something solid as you push through, and the elemental kind of pulls apart for just a second and then reforms, and then you take your second, just capitalizing on that moment to slash it right as it's reforming right across the midsection. And both of these, after you hit both of these, a large like plume of fire kind of shoots out as soon as it reforms and hits you right across the face. You take 12 points of fire damage, which is reduced to 6.
Cool.
Is that it for your turn?
That will be all, because I use my bonus action for the smite.
All right. Does Buddy cannot move if you don't give him the action, right? He can just take the dodge action.
No. Yes, I believe he just immediately takes the dodge action over there.
Cool. So he just kind of stays ready. He's on his toes, ready for whatever comes at him. Alrighty. That brings us to the fire elemental. It does not recharge its fire step, so it is going to...
So sorry, I just double checked. Buddy actually can move without my command. Would it be all right if I moved him up?
Go ahead.
Cool. Cool. Yep, he can make it right up there. Snug as a bug.
Alrighty. So the fire elemental kind of, stumbles back for a second, is going to look at all of you, and it is going to reach out its hand, and it kind of, before it was like its hand is just kind of like a ball, like very like bludgeon looking, and as it pushes it towards you, like the flames reach out and become like a hand as it grabs right towards your face, Monty.
Cool.
That is
it's going to be a disadvantage for the first attack.
Buddy's going to use his reaction to do that. That is a 7 to hit.
That will not hit.
Okay. So as it goes right towards your face, you see it about to connect, and then Buddy kind of pulses from his head, and that goes right next to your head. And then he's going to do his second attack. He's going to go right for your gut. Oh, you got very lucky. That was on a natural 20 for just a second. But no, a 5. Does a 5 hit?
No.
Okay. That does it. The fire elemental, trying to send these like fire bursts out right towards you, and you just kind of dodge out of the way. As that ends its turn, Micah, it is your turn.
You were muted, Lo.
I was muted, but now I'm not. So I'm in the middle of this. Yeah, I'm just gonna try and land another attack, I guess.
Alrighty, go ahead and roll the hit.
Yeah, while the land's burning bright. Actually, what was I gonna do? Oh, so what I wanted to do was take a few steps back, like maybe 10 feet, right around here, and then just throw my light hammer at it.
Cool. So as you do step back, it is going to make an attack of opportunity at you.
Okay.
So as you kind of step back, it kind of instinctually reaches out to try to grab you right around the throat with its flames.
Okay.
But a 6 does not hit.
Woo. Okay.
So you kind of nimbly dodge right out of the way.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. That's a 17 to hit.
A 17 does hit.
Okay, cool. And then I get like there's some I get with this.
So light hammer is your other Kensei weapon?
I got now.
Yeah, because I thought the other Kensei weapon.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood the rules for that.
Good.
So yeah, it'll just be that, I guess. So that'll be 5 damage towards it.
5 damage. All right.
But out of the range, I'm assuming, hopefully.
I believe you remain in rage because you made an attack. I don't think it has to be a melee attack. I think you just have to.
Oh, I mean, like out of the range of its like blowback or whatever.
Oh, yes. As the hammer kind of connects, it just kind of bounces off of it, and kind of tumbles harmlessly to the ground. But you do see that, like, you know, the flame that kind of instinctually shoots off its body is nowhere near close enough to hit you.
Love that.
Alrighty.
That'll be it for me.
Yeah, cool. That brings us to Dionysus.
Cool. So, what Dionysus is going to do is she is going to run down this way.
Okay.
Beneath the trees, and she is going to slash upwards and cast Thorn Whip, pulling the roots of the tree behind her to lash out at this guy.
All right.
And I should roll with that. That landed on. Sorry, I have a little washcloth right here. Oh, maybe I should have kept the washcloth roll. It is going to be an 11 to hit.
An 11 does not hit.
That makes sense.
As you take and you drive your staff up, you all watch as kind of one of the roots of the tree, you hear it kind of as it pulls out of the ground and goes right towards the fire elemental. But the fire elemental just kind of swats it right back down towards the ground. As there's now kind of like a big like little dirt mound that from the tree branch or the root kind of pulling out of the ground. Is that it for you?
Dionysus is going to spend one use of her Balm of the Summer Court to, in the process, heal up Micah.
Okay. So is he within range of that? What's the range of that ability?
120 feet.
All right. Wow. He's very much in range.
All right. So Micah, you were going to get 4 hit points back.
Cool.
And you gain 1 temporary hit point.
Wow.
All right. Is that it for you?
Yes.
Alrighty, Monty. You are squared up with the fire elemental.
All right. Is it looking like, have we made some good progress? Is it looking like it's still got some good legs under it?
It's an elemental. Make an insight check.
All right. Do I have any insight? All right. That'll be a 12.
12? It's an elemental. It doesn't really show signs of damage as much as like a body would, so you're not really sure.
Okay. I'm just going to keep swinging at this thing. 2 more attacks.
All right.
Cool.
Roll a hit.
16.
16 hits.
And a 22.
22 hits.
All right. First one will be 12 slashing damage.
Alrighty.
And then, God, I'm rolling some rough damage rolls. 10 slashing damage for the second one.
So, both of these cut through the elemental. You kind of make an X in its chest as it kind of separates, and then the flames reform, and these 2 fire blasts hit you right in the face. You take 15 points of fire damage, which is reduced to 7.
Yes. And then Buddy will swing as well.
All right.
And that'll be a 27 to hit.
27 hits.
And he will do 5 force damage.
Alrighty. So Buddy takes his fist and swings it right in as it hits and connects and kind of absorbs into the fire elemental's chest, and then the flames wrap around Buddy and hit him right in the anvil. He takes 10 points of fire damage.
Whoo!
You hate to see it.
Moves us on to the fire elemental's turn. It does not recover its fire step.
I don't know what that means, but I am thankful that it is not recovering its fire stat.
It is going to go ahead and disengage.
Oh.
Ooh.
And it is going to run 50 feet off in this direction.
Is that the direction it came from, or was that
No.
from the other?
That is just, it came from the top right corner, and
Okay.
now it is just running down the top left corner. It moves 50 feet in that direction.
Is that towards town?
It is not towards town. It came from an area, it's kind of almost perpendicular to town from where it came from and where it's going.
I got you.
So is that ending combat? Are we trying to chase this thing?
That is up to you. It is.
I'm asking.
Micah's turn. Micah, what are you doing?
Let us stop it here.
Yeah, I'm gonna move majority of my movement down, just completely south. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, just down here.
Okay. Let me go ahead and reveal.
That one.
I'm gonna go ahead and just reveal this area. Here you go. You guys should be able to see that now. Yeah. Are you trying to catch up to the fire elemental, or are you just moving down?
Well, kinda, and also just to see, like, get a good direct idea of its heading, where it's going.
It is going in, so it started from here.
Yeah.
And it moved 50 feet in, hold on. In this direction. Can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it's off the map now.
Okay.
You could, if you dashed, you would be able to catch up to it.
There would be no point, I don't think. We would.
You'd at least be able to get some opportunity attacks in.
Could it do that? Like, could it just like?
If you were to catch up to it, it would have to disengage again to be able to take those, to be able to move away from you again.
Which would keep it from running 100 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that then.
Or if you have any other ways you would like to slow it down, you can do those.
I don't really have anything. Yeah, I'll use the dash action to catch up with it, I guess. So that's 40 additional feet.
Yeah, you easily catch up to it. We're just gonna have you guys down right here in the corner. As you're right up, caught up to it.
Okay, and then
so it was your action and your movement.
Okay.
Your rage is going to subside at the end of this turn.
I'm going to use a bonus action just for a flurry of blows.
You have to have made an attack with a monk weapon to do a flurry of blows.
Okay. Damn it.
Can the monk spend a Kensei point to dash?
They can spend. They can spend. I'm gonna spend a key point to dash instead.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
So you still have your regular attack.
I'll have my regular attack to actually make an attack with it. I'm just gonna go straight up with my glaive.
Alrighty. Roll
That's
a hit.
That's an 11.
An 11 does not hit.
I'm gonna make a reckless attack with that.
Okay, so for future reference, you have to call reckless before you make the attack. But yes, go ahead and roll with advantage then.
Okay, that's 24.
24 hits.
Okay. 6 damage. Love that.
You take 2 points of fire damage.
Okay.
Alrighty.
And then because that is my monk weapon, I'm gonna do a flurry of blows using
You used your key point to dash.
I can't. Okay, so
yeah,
I'm gonna.
The key point lets you use your bonus action to dash.
Okay, I'm gonna make an unarmed strike then.
You don't have a bonus action.
Yep, that's exactly what's going on. I'm so sorry.
Yes, you're good.
But yeah, that's the end of my turn.
Alrighty. That brings us on to Dionysus.
All right. So Dionysus can move 35 feet. She is going to do what she can to follow. I
Okay.
know that it's kind of just like a general representation now.
Yeah. So if you're 35 feet, he moved. You were 50 feet away here. So yeah, you're probably one more back.
Yeah. Okay. But she is going to lash out once more with Thorn Whip. Again, using the roots of the trees.
Actually, you would be right there. Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah. He's still they're just about 20 feet away now.
Oh my god. Okay, I got a 19 to hit.
A 19 hits.
Yes, and I get to roll 2d6 because level 5, baby. That's going to be 7 points of, I believe it's slashing damage.
All right.
Piercing damage.
Piercing damage. 7 points. All right.
Yeah, and she is also going to use that to pull the creature 10 feet closer to her.
Okay. If you do that, it will probably move through Micah's space. Are you okay with that?
Dionysus is not even thinking about that right now. She's doing it.
Fuck me up, Di.
10? Or 5? Yeah. Yeah. So, as you pull it back, it kind of... Micah, you get enveloped into its body.
Okay.
And you take 10 points of fire damage.
Ooh.
And you feel like your clothes ignite. You are now on fire. Until you you have to use your action to douse out the flames, and you will be taking fire damage at the start of each of your turns until you do that.
Okay.
Alrighty. So you kind of pull it back for a second as it kind of stumbles backwards. That brings us. Is that it for you?
Yes, although Dionysus is going to call out and say, "Oh, I am sorry."
It's all good.
Alrighty. Monty, you're probably now about 45 feet away.
Okay, so what's on the map is not
accurate, no, because it went further down in the corner.
Then I will. I guess I'm just gonna take a dash, to get up on it. So if I'm 45 feet away, Buddy was a little bit further down. Does that mean Buddy is within 40 feet of it?
Sure.
Okay, then Buddy is going to run up and punch it.
Alrighty, roll the hit.
All right, that will be a 15.
15 hits.
Cool. And that will be 9 force damage.
9 force damage. So, Buddy takes and runs up and kind of slams his fist right into the fire elemental's chest. And as is per usual, kind of, Buddy isn't just, punching. There's kind of, every time he punches, there's a little, force that comes out of his fist. So he punches, and then the little charge comes out of his fist, and it just kind of dissipates all of the flames in an instant as the flames kind of circle for a second. They try to grasp onto each other, and then they dissipate into the air.
Fuck yeah.
Micah, you do, before you're able to pat out all the flames, you would have the start of one of your turns.
Okay.
So you take another 10 points of fire damage.
Wow. Okay. It's smells like orc.
Yeah. So you're burning, and you're able to kind of finally put out all of the flames just right after it dissipates.
I pour another water skin of apple juice all over my body.
Oh, what a horrible waste. And Dionysus, though, is going to reach out, and she's going to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
That is 2d8 plus your wisdom modifier, correct?
Yeah. I would love if it would stop falling off the table. All right. So you are going to be healed for 13.
Ooh.
And then she's going to kind of see that you're still singed in spots, and she's going to cast it one more time at 1st level.
Thank you.
For another 10 health. So You heal, what was that, 23 in total?
Yeah, I'm already back up. I basically 3 points to my max now. Cool. Thank you.
Of course. I apologize for that. Was perhaps poorly thought out.
Nah, it's whatever. Got the job done in the end.
Hayden, so this thing was made out of fire, right?
Yes.
Making big steps through the forest.
Yes.
Looking at where it was coming from, are there like trails of singed grass, I would assume?
Make an investigation check.
Can do.
In the
That'll
process,
be a 24.
24? Yes. Coming from the kind of top right corner that it did come from, as you kind of, look back at your campsite, which is now the blanket and the food is all kind of caught on fire and has since kind of, in the panic, the food in the basket are ruined and the blanket is majorly singed. You probably won't be able to recover most of that stuff. But you do kind of follow back, and you do see that there is a trail of burnt grass leading deeper into the forest.
I think we should probably head that way. That seems like a really hot lead right now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I got the joke.
I wasn't trying to do that. I'm a serious man. I don't make jokes when we're on a case.
Okay. Is Monty still hooked out right now? And if that's the case, do his clothes grow with him?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
He's probably shrunk.
Yeah, it starts to shrink as soon as he finishes that. I'm a serious man.
Oh man, I really liked that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can always continue that tactic. Let us be sure to remember to buy Bruin a new basket.
Yeah.
Yes, agreed. Actually, I could probably make him one. That might take a sec, but I can make him something nice. But yeah, do y'all want to start heading that way? Do we need to take... Hayden, does it look like if we take like a quick short rest here to kind of recover a little bit, would that be... would the trail like dissipate? Like, are we following like hot embers or just like the burned grass?
It's burnt grass.
Cool. So we'd be good to kind of...
As far as you know, you could probably chill for a second and you probably won't lose out on anything.
Okay. All right. I could kind of stand to take a quick breather in case we get into some trouble up there, but...
Certainly.
Okay, so you're taking a short rest?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything you're doing while you're doing the short rest? You're just taking a little short rest?
Just taking a short rest.
All right. If you want, you can go ahead and roll your hit dice. Add your Constitution modifier for each of those hit die you roll.
I didn't take any damage in that fight, so...
Yeah, you got lucky.
I also just stayed out of the way.
Yeah. All right.
Yep.
You all good on health stuff?
Yeah, we're good.
Alrighty. So, you kind of take an hour... you maybe find like a couple of non-burnt pieces of bread that you're able to just kind of like, all right, this is, I expended all of those calories I just took. I expended just right during that fight. And you're able to kind of fill yourselves up, drink some water.
One might say we burnt those calories.
And then you're back up in the forest. So you're following the trail of footprints. Footprints, more or less, but it's the burnt grass through the forest. Okay, I need somebody to make a survival check for me.
I can do that.
Hell yeah.
I've got good survival. And we're going to get a 23.
23. Alrighty. You are able to kind of follow these the steps. You follow them for about maybe like 150 feet. And at the 150 feet line, you're kind of following and you look up. And there is like one larger footstep. And then there is nothing. You look around and you look around. And there are no more footsteps leading further back.
No more burnt footsteps.
No
correct?
more. Yes, correct. No more burnt grass.
Okay.
Which is basically they were footprints of burnt grass that you were following.
Yeah.
Can I try to like look around the area to see if there are any like remains of a sort of ritual, like any like ingredient stuff behind from any spells that we would know?
Make an
cause
Arcana check.
And
Something?
while he's doing that, Dionysus is just going to look around, see if she can find any footprints,
Okay.
any spots of grass that might have been stepped over previously, stuff that might have indicated a previous presence.
Okay, make another survival check for me.
It'll be a 25 for Arcana.
25 for Arcana? All right.
And I got a nat 20.
A natural 20. Okay.
They ain't going nowhere.
I don't have to do anything. You guys are doing all the rolls for me. So.
For a total of what, Dionys?
Oh, 27.
27. All right. Okay, so Monty, you kind of look around, and there's no remnants of there's not like a ritual, like you don't find like, you know, carvings or anything in the dirt around, but as you do kind of get close and you look at the larger footprint where it stopped, it doesn't look so much as like a footprint, but almost like it's more circular than the footprints you've been following, and there is you find like on a couple of blades of grass this like ruby gem dust, that just hasn't been swept up by the wind yet, and you can kind of assume that this larger footprint is probably the site of summoning from where the elemental was summoned.
Mm-hmm.
Dionys, you kind of look around the area, and you do find something. You find that you find like a little bit of disturbed branches, just kind of anybody else it wouldn't have caught their eyes, but for you just kind of notice that like, oh, somebody kind of moved through here with a little bit of force, and there was like a broken branch, and you kind of follow that back for about 10 feet to where you now see in the forest a circle of burns that kind of go, it's on the floor and then it pushes up and it's across the tree, and then kind of burns a little bit of the branches on top, and then burns again across the other side of the tree, this almost circular doorway-esque shape of burns, and after that there's no further disturbance of the forest.
Dionysus is going to call that to their attention.
Oh, shit.
So, I guess somebody summoned this. I mean, you said this was like 150 feet, right, Hayden?
Yes, just about.
So, looks like whoever we're looking for knows we're here.
Seems he could have simply spoken to us.
Yeah, you'd figure, right? Like half the time, I feel like we could just talk it out, have a beer with somebody, and figure out our problems. But no, I gotta spend the fire elemental at us. So did in Clayton's investigation check, did he like find any footprints leading to the area?
That's what Dionysus looked for. She saw the disturbed thing and then the doorway of burns.
Okay.
Seems like somebody like teleported in or out.
Okay. Whew.
Well, I think it is safe to say that the individual that we are going up against is quite competent.
Mm-hmm.
That was more than just a minor elemental. Oh well. I suppose we will hopefully find out some information from Talia, and we can move forward from there. In the meantime, perhaps we should continue to investigate the city itself, see if we can ingratiate ourselves a bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Y'all want to head to Nathar's?
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
All right.
So we're gonna head back to.
Okay. So it takes you just a little bit of walking. Micah, you're a little bit sore from all like the kind of fresh burns that are on your body. Stuff that is kind of gonna leave a mark and stick around there for a little while as you kind of follow the path back towards the city of Domat. You follow along the path. You eventually get to the grain fields that line the path as you get closer and closer to the city of Domat. And you finally re-enter. And now you are in the city of Domat. You said you're heading to Nethar's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, you head back through the city, back towards Nethar's General Goods, a location you had visited on the previous day, but it was closed when you first arrived. It is a painted red, large shack-looking building with, painted on in, bad handwriting, Nethar's General Goods. And there are these kind of double doors that enter into the actual shack. And as you push open the doors, you go in, and there's a couple of torches that line the wall that illuminate the center space, which is just filled with piles and piles of just random things. You kind of get the thing that like this is there. It's called General Goods because there's a whole bunch of goods and there's not like one thing that they specialize in. But you see like towards the back there's packs of like seeds all stacked on each other, like different packs. There's like flour in another corner. There's like a pile of like scythes and other farming tools just kind of leaned up haphazardly against a wall. There's like a bookshelf with a few books on it towards the back. And as you enter, you kind of enter and you see hoisting a large sack of something onto another pile is a dwarvish man, probably about 4 foot tall and bald on top, completely bald on top. And as he turns around, he has this like large, bushy, unkempt, so it's just kind of everywhere. Like split ends, all like you can tell that he hasn't really brushed it in like a month, but it's this blonde beard, that kind of, and then he has the mustache area, which is very well taken care of, kind of pulled into a little spiral, a little curved little mustache. As you open the door and walk in, as he kind of takes a second. And he turns around and sees all 4 of you and kind of goes, hello. As he kind of takes a few steps up and hops up. There's a little like counter area that he kind of hops up and is sitting on a stool and pulls out a small little sandwich and kind of takes a bite out of it. What can I do ya for?
I, for one, would like to know, what are those seeds back there?
Back there?
Yes.
Which bag?
All of them.
1 second. He sets his sandwich down on the counter and kind of
Directly
hops off.
the camera.
Yeah. As he kind of walks off and walks over to the bags, and he kind of takes one, looks at it. This one's grain. He kind of lifts it up. This one's grain. This one's grain. This one's flour. This one's not supposed to be here. And he kind of pulls it out, like, shuffles it out from under the stack of like 3 really large grain bags and kind of hoists it over his shoulder and lets him drop it with a boop. And he kind of walks over to another pile of things and just kind of sets the flour on top of that. Grain.
Do you sell sugar here?
I'm sure I do.
Do you sell a lot of sugar here?
lot of sugar, I can sell you a lot of sugar.
I just mean, like, is that a commonly sought after thing around here?
Who's asking?
Name's Big M.
That doesn't really answer anything.
Me, I'm just curious.
Just curious.
Yeah,
About
I don't know.
how much sugar I sell.
My grandpa always told me if you're in a new area, you should always ask how much sugar they sell. People who buy more sugar are more likely to enjoy life, right? And we're kind of new around here. We're visiting our uncle, and I thought it'd be nice to kind of get a lay of land around here.
Make a deception check.
Sure thing. What are any of my stats? I'm going back to having a online character sheet for this week, and I kind of hate it. That'll be a 13.
Mm. He kind of like looks at you, he's like, well, I sell a decent amount of sugar whenever people need it.
Okay.
Dionysus, while this conversation is happening, is going to just start kind of parsing through all this stuff.
He kind of like, as you look at there, he's like, hey, make sure you put stuff back where you found it. I don't want this place to get messy.
What is your system?
Put stuff with the stuff it goes with, and that way it stays organized.
And the flour?
Flour goes with the flour.
Except when it's with the
grain.
Grain, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That bag is labeled dumb.
All right. Is there anything particularly interesting amongst his wares?
Maybe.
Any secret magical weapon that he's just thrown there haphazardly?
Are you looking for magical artifacts, or are you
No.
looking for just general interesting goods?
Just general interesting goods. I mean, absolutely, if something speaks to her as magic, sure. But also if she happens to see like a little music box that has like a clown in it,
Yeah.
also interesting. Like,
make an investigation check.
Dionysus's range for interesting is pretty wide, so. Cool. Investigation. It's gonna be a 4.
A 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin to look through. I'll let you know. It's gonna take you a while because there's piles and piles and just it's like the most disorganized thrift store that you've ever seen. You know, there's piles of clothes, there's piles of knickknacks in here and there. So it's gonna take you a while to kind of peruse through everything. So I'll let you know more, but you're kind of fully focused on this right now.
Hayden, I think I forgot to talk to you about this, so it might be too late, but I was planning on the on investigation days while we were here having my subbing my crossbow out for my rod, the magic detect rod. Is that cool?
Sure.
Cool. Then I'm going to kind of just like I'll like just kind of subtly like be standing behind Micah, and I'll take out anybody who's looking to see a little metal rod with a bulbous end, and I kind of press a button in on it, and I will scan the area for anything magic.
Are you trying to hide that you're doing this?
Yeah, kind of do it a little subtly.
Make a sleight of hand check.
All right. Hayden just made a face. I can't tell if it's good or bad. That would be a 9 sleight of hand.
Okay. So as you pull out your little rod, you kind of like take a step back as you begin to look around, and you begin to like, as you begin to slowly start to activate it, you kind of, hey!
What's up?
What are you doing?
Oh, I have ADHD. I just always need to have something in my hand. It's kind of like fidget.
Make a deception check.
Can do.
Love all the
That-
things you're adding to your world.
That will be an 18.
Alright. Just don't touch anything you don't plan to buy. Don't mess up anything you don't plan to buy. You can look at it, just don't break it.
Sounds good.
And he kind of like turns and looks towards Dionysus. You find anything interesting? And while you do, as he says that, you kind of get your rod of detect magic off, and you kind of, there is nothing. It takes you a second to look around, because there's a lot of stuff in this whole area, until you kind of feel yourself drawn towards one particular pile of things, and you kind of walk towards it, and you kind of move your way through the piles of things until you find you're kind of pushing through these little things, and you find a small cane that seems to have, as you kind of focus on it, it has transmutation elements to it.
Is there like?
Yeah, I'll describe. So it's a cane. It's just like a straight cane with a kind of rusted silver head, shaped like an owl.
Okay. Are there any like labels on it or price tags or
Nope.
anything like that?
It is just in a pile of other wooden accoutrement, just amongst everything.
It's a rod of transform into owl, but the rod turns into the owl and it flies off.
Like Moses, or did he part the Red
Exactly
Sea?
like Moses. Yeah.
He would throw a rod down; it would become a snake sometimes.
Yeah.
A little party trick. I'll hold it up. Hey, Nathar. This ordinary rod here. How much for this?
Alright. And kind of like looks over at the pile that you pulled it from. I'm out of gold.
I'm sorry?
How about a gold?
A gold?
A gold.
Fuck it. We're new here. I'll do it for a gold.
As you walk up and you hand him the gold and he takes it. Dionysus, you're looking through on this bookshelf. There's kind of a few bowls of just random little knickknacks on them. And you do find something that kind of catches your eye as something that's more of an oddity. You find this pair of earrings, that the string, like it goes through and they dangle down, and they're dangling off of them are these two little, really small, like can probably no larger than a thumb, these little handmade dolls, one with short hair and blue clothing, and one with long hair with red clothing.
All right. Dionysus is... Okay, short hair, blue clothing?
Mm-hmm. No, short hair, blue clothing, long hair, red clothing.
I'm writing this down like it's important.
It might be.
Dionysus is enamored with these, and she is going to buy them.
Alrighty.
She's going to say, "Oh, and how much are these?"
2 silver.
Excellent.
All right.
And she's going to slap the 2 silver on the thing, and she's going to turn to Dionysus. Or she's going to turn to herself. She's going to turn to Micah and Big M and say, "All right, who will be piercing my ears this evening?"
That's not a tool I have proficiency in, but I think I can figure it out.
Excellent.
Well, he'll give you the piercing gun. I'll just give you the needle by itself. Is how this is gonna work. I think I could just hold a crossbow really close to your head And just,
Oh, I have plenty of needles. And she pricks her finger on the little staff.
Cool. Okay, sure. Also, since my clothes were basically singed in the process of the last fight, I'm gonna pick up some like very basic. Do they have any like robes available?
Sure. Yeah, easy enough. You kind of look through. They kind of have a small. There's like a table in the back that has like just a bunch of different like sets of mismatched clothing that you're able to kind of pull together. Just something for now until you're able to get back your regular monk clothing. You probably find like a little like poet shirt that you're able to find that has it kind of has some like dirt stains in it. Like you can tell it's not brand new, but it's a decently comfortable shirt.
Some very broken in Jordans. Okay. Monk Jordans though. Monk drip. I swear. Okay. Well, that's all I had.
Alrighty. As you kind of all that'll cost you like a silver.
Yeah, which in gold is like how much? Because I'm not.
It is 1/10 of a gold piece. So 10 silver is 1 gold.
Okay.
Alrighty. So as you kind of all you pick up the clothes and you put the silver on, and he's like, "Is there anything else I can do for you?" I do.
Do you have some baskets?
Baskets? Yeah, I think I got a pile over there. As he kind of walks back and he kind of searches through, he's like, "Eh." He holds up just a basic looking basket.
No.
Kind of pulls up another one. It's a little bit smaller. It's kind of it's more round than the last one was. Which the last one was more like a Wizard of Oz Toto basket. This one's more like an Easter egg hunt basket. As he's like, "Eh."
No.
That's all I got for baskets. I got 2. Not a lot of people sell me their baskets. If you're looking to sell anything, though, I do buy stuff.
Do you have anything that could perhaps be used to weave a basket?
What do you need to weave a basket?
Basket weaving supplies.
Well, I mean, I've got weaving supply, but do you like what is it? What is it? The stuff that's in between that, like if you look at a basket there, you know how it's like there's the stuff that's going like this.
Wood?
I guess it would just be wood, huh?
It is indeed just wood.
Man, maybe I'll have to go skin a tree a little bit.
I got like some logs. If you want some logs.
Sure. Hayden would. Monty's used to working with wood. Do you think he would, if I bought a couple logs, be able to suss out how to skin those down?
Yeah, it would probably take a whole evening, but you could probably eventually figure it out. It probably wouldn't be too good, but you could figure it out.
You're challenging Monty's basket weaving abilities now.
Yes, I am.
Nah, I don't know. Maybe we should. I'll probably pass on the logs. Maybe we should just buy him like
5 copper a log.
Okay, I'll get a log.
All right. He kind of walks over to a pack and like moves a pile around, and you see like there's kind of like a stack of like firewood logs that he takes one off and walks it back. He's like, "Here you go."
Cool.
This is 5 copper. You got anything else? Any other business?
There was a lady that used to be here. She was friends with our cousin. She had like just really red hair, and she was very beautiful.
Yes, Mariah, yes.
Yes, that's right. Did you know a Mariah that used to come through here?
Make a persuasion check.
Which one of us?
Let's go Monty with advantage.
Sound is good. Come on, stick on that thing. There we go. That'll be a 22.
Mariah. You know, I think I did know Mariah once. He kind of walks back towards towards the pile where he put that bag of flour. But you know, it's such a shame I can't offload these bags of flour. That would really help my memory.
How much for a bag of flour?
2 silver.
Fine. I toss him 2 silver.
He kind of brings the bag of flour over and sets it on the counter.
Okay.
Yeah, Mariah. She was in this town maybe like 20 years ago. Something like that. She came through and made everybody gave a big fuss. I didn't really care. But, you know, I know Brune made a big fuss about her. An idiot, but, yeah.
That was all you knew, that she was here?
That's all you're asking.
Did you know anything else? And any other details that stood out?
She had, more like, she had really red hair. It was really
Okay.
long, and it was in a braid, and she had, like her skin looked kind of like nice, like orange tint, not really something I see around here often.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, Nithar, who is the oldest person in Dumas?
Oh, this person in Dumont would probably be,
Uncle Jerry.
could you imagine? Oldest person in Dumont would probably be, Scarlin.
Excellent. Where can we find her?
Scarlin, well, they are they run, one of the farm heads, one of the oldest ones. They buy lots of my grain seed. They don't do it anymore. They're too old to really go out of the house much, but, they're, I don't know, ages, but they may not be the oldest, but they look the oldest, you know.
Well, that is a good place to start.
Scarlin, they run, it's, you know, the Scarlin Farms is the place that they run. Yeah, you know, one of the people that helped put Domont on the map.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your information and your flower and the earrings.
Mm-hmm.
And this cool stick.
Mm-hmm. Called a cane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we head out, can you point us in the general direction of Scarlin Farms?
It's the biggest farm you'll see outside. You walk around for a bit, you'll see the largest house.
Works for me. All right. Y'all ready to get out of here?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't we all? We're gonna, I guess, leave it. As they're leaving, Dionysus is going to say, "This was a very successful shopping trip."
I think so.
Okay. So did everyone hear the sound of my father sneezing from a
That's a sneeze
That
and
is
not
a-
a dog.
That
Bark.
is my father.
Impersonating a dog barking, yes? Not sneezing. That's no way.
This is why I have to do this upstairs. This is why I am in an 80-degree oven and I'm just suffering. Oh well, he did bring me a blanket that one time. So.
That was very good. Once we get out of the shop, I would like to start kind of fucking around with the cane.
Okay.
See if I can figure out how to activate any kind of magical whatever's going on, suss out how it works.
Are you just playing with it, or are you doing anything specific?
I don't know. I have an idea of. I'm pretty good with magic items. If I can just try to see if I can feel out.
I'm asking, is there anything specific you would like to do to try to activate it?
I guess I'll start with like pressing in any of the spots on the head.
Okay.
Look for anything like a button or anything of that sort, and then if that doesn't work, I'll probably try like clapping it on the ground a couple times.
Go gadget magic walking stick.
What's
Yes.
called magic was the game again?
Transmutation.
So hey, this is gonna be a pun. I'm gonna let you know beforehand. Take a grape, see if it does anything to the grape, make it turn into a raisin. If it does, it's a raisin cane. There you go. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Was that worth it?
I
No.
don't know. That's up to you.
Okay.
That's up to you if it was worth it to say those
All right,
words.
chat. Let us know.
So
Raisin cane.
make an Arcana check.
Aye.
you-
Nat 20,
you-
total of 28.
Colin, are you confused about the raisin cane pun?
Like raising cane.
Yeah.
Like Raising Cane's, like the
the
restaurant.
chicken restaurant.
You never been there?
Do you not know what Raising Cane's is, Colin?
No.
It's right over by the Dairy Queen.
Most people just call it canes.
Yeah.
I no.
It's the
Also,
Okay.
Colin doesn't live in San Marcos.
Oh, okay.
All right. That's
All right.
all right. Cool.
Okay.
Um.
I'm glad I connected with somebody.
So
Okay.
28 Arcana, I want to
28
turn
Arcana.
into an owl.
Is your Arcana normally just +8? Holy shit, dude.
So
Yeah.
you kind of start with the staff, like, you take a few steps away probably from Ruth's, and you kind of look in and you kind of like try to push in the eyes, and the eyes don't really move. You kind of try to go around. There's no buttons on the staff, and then you kind of like, I don't know. You take the staff and you hold it by the head of the, or you kind of, you hold it by the head of the owl, and you go, tap it twice on the ground, and in an instant you hear like a nice shing sound as you are no longer holding a cane, but in an instant it has transformed. The only thing that stays the same is the hilt, and it is transformed into a long sword with a rusted blade.
Some Bloodborne shit right there. I love it so much. Ooh, that's good.
Okay. It kind of just swinging it around.
Mhm.
Is it magical in nature?
Because you rolled so high on Arcana, it seems to only be enchanted to the extent of the ability to that it transformed. It doesn't seem to, like, you run with an enchanted weapon. It doesn't seem to cut through the air any quicker or faster. It doesn't seem to be any more well balanced than a regular longsword would be.
Okay. But I could make it that way, right? I could infuse it.
Potentially, I'd have to look into the infusion rules, because I don't know if you can infuse an already magic item.
Yeah.
But maybe not infuse, but if you wanted to further enchant it, that is something I would allow.
Okay.
Oh, actually, Monty, this is actually, I want to talk to you about this. Since you got a magic thing, right? I realized whatever you were fighting that guy earlier with today, did some damage, and it didn't blow back at you. What do you think caused that? Because, like, I had my ass burnt off, and I'd rather not have my ass burnt off.
It was blowing back at me. But this, I'll take out persuasion.
Yeah.
This is a magic sword. It just slices through things better. It's a little more resilient. If I had the right resources, I could start making your glaive magical.
If I gave you like something like this little hammer I got, this little war hammer, not a war hammer, but like a little light hammer, would that be pretty quick to enchant with just something?
It would probably take the same amount of time to enchant either one, I would assume. Hayden, I'm sure I've asked you this question like 3 times on air, but if I wanted to help my friend Micah out and enchant a magic glaive, what are we talking about in terms of cost?
Time.
Yeah.
So, with magical items, enchanting, at least how I'm running it, how I'm going to run it, is there is a resource cost and a time cost. You need items to be able to infuse the enchantment, and then you need time to be able to work with the enchantment. For depending on what enchantment you're going for, the amount of time and the cost of materials changes. Also, you have to keep in mind that you are buying materials for enchantment. So, if you were like in the city of Domont, you may not be as likely to find the materials you need to enchant with.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But next time we're in like a bigger city, I think it's probably worth it to invest in that. We can just buy the equipment we need, and then I can start over time, just spending some time with it, getting it nice and ready for you.
Okay. Cool. Hey man, sounds great. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. It's what I'm here for. And so we're gonna, Monty will put persuasion away, and as we're walking, I guess I'm going to be walking with the cane now. That's gonna be something I'm gonna be doing for the foreseeable future.
Okay. So as you kind of you kind of mess with, because it's in the longsword form, you kind of take a second and you look back over, and you notice that when you tap it on the ground, tapping the blade on the ground doesn't transform it back. But you do, because you rolled so high, kind of look over for a second, and you kind of realize that with a little bit of pressure, the owl head twists, and you give it a 180-degree twist, and it transforms back into the cane.
Okay. And another quick thing. So this is still technically magic. This is a magical item, right?
Yes.
So I would be able to use my intelligence.
Yes, it would count as a magic item.
Fuck yeah. Then yeah, I'm gonna be walking around with a little cane from now on.
All right.
Does it require attunement? Does it seem cool?
It's just a little tap tap or click.
Sounds good.
Not to be ungrateful, because this certainly is an excellent find. I am a bit disappointed it is not a magic owl.
Yeah, no, I mean that would have been a little bit cooler for sure.
Yes, all right. I didn't want to seem. This is very cool. I'm glad that you are excited for it. But yes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if anything, I'm thinking down the line, like maybe we get conked over the head, we get captured, and our weapons get taken away. But I'm like, oh, I can't walk without my cane, and then they give it to me, and then if shit goes down, secret sword.
That is very elaborate. I respect that.
Yeah, just kind of like a little hidden weapon.
Let us check out this Scarlet.
Let's
see
do
what
it.
you might know.
Scarlin.
See what they might know.
Yes. Alrighty. So, you're going to go look around the city for Scarlin Farms. I need somebody to make an investigation check for me.
Big M.
I can't hit anything. All right, that'll be a 17.
17? Don't even know why I ask for checks anymore. Sure, yes. After a little while of looking around and asking around, you kind of start to realize where the farmsteads are, and you follow it to a. You kind of follow the instructions until you kind of hit more of the wheat field area. You're now kind of on the outskirts of town, and as you kind of hit there and you look around, you do notice there is so across these farmsteads, right? There's these large fields of grain, and as you've noticed and you've looked around, there there have been some that have like just kind of one larger central house and a few fields around it, and then there are a few others that have a very large house coming out of the city, and then there'll be throughout the actual fields themselves smaller, almost not shack-looking things, but like almost smaller houses that you kind of assume to be for people to stay that work the farms, you know? And then there's usually a more elaborate house in the center. So after about an hour or so of investigating, you know, you're probably about 4 o'clock here in the day now. The sun is starting to move towards setting. You're able to come across a large homestead in the middle of these grain fields. It is kind of made of this very nice marble-like substance, or at least the front is. There are these large marble pillars that kind of hold up the porch that kind of goes out, and then the marble kind of shifts into a more like set stone pieces that kind of build out into this very, very large house, with a nice kind of semi-staircase that leads right up into the actual home-looking area. And as you kind of approach, you see that there are these, on the front of these pillars, there are these like sconces that you know, you're used to sconces, but these do not hold torches. They're just kind of metal sconces with just a circle in them, a semicircle, and nothing seems to fill them.
What time of day is it?
This is about 4 o'clock, so
so it's still
light outside.
Yeah, awesome. Dionysus is going to approach and knock on the door.
Okay. So as you approach, you get up the stairs onto the like wooden floor. You know, there's a nice like porch area. Yeah.
I feel like you're just describing like a plantation house.
It kind of. It's a fantasy equivalent of a plantation house that I'm describing.
Okay, no, so because that's what's in my mind, and I just keep going, and I'm imagining this huge porch and everything, and I'm like, ugh.
Uh-huh.
No, not in a bad way. No, because obviously your imagery is evocative.
Yes.
But yeah.
That is exactly what I'm.
Very charged.
Think if there was a large plantation house that had fantasy themes woven into it, you know, more of stuff like that. That's kind of what you're looking at.
Okay.
And so you knock on the door, and it's these large, like, painted red doors that you kind of knock, and above the doors there's a very nice, like, painted sign that says Scarlin Farms. And you kind of knock, and you wait for a moment, and you kind of... Dionysus, you are a naturally perceptive person, and you kind of notice for a second that your knock seems to echo into the house. Not a thing you've ever really experienced for when knocking on a regular door. And after a while, probably about like 30 seconds or so, the door opens, and there is a man in a kind of purple regal outfit that is kind of buttoned in the center. He is younger, maybe in his like not young, but definitely not the person you're looking for. He looks like he's about in his 40s probably. His sides of his hair are starting to gray. He kind of has he's very kind of short, brushed back hair as he kind of comes, and he's wearing these like very nice white gloves as he opens the door, and he says, "Welcome to Scarlin Farms. How may I help you?"
Oh, thank you for the formality. I am here with my cousins, and she kind of she tries to make eye contact with you like she has totally completely forgotten what that was. Are we cousins? She's trying.
I try to give like a subtle kind of nod back.
Cousins.
Yeah. Hi. I'm Mitchell, and this is my friend Big M, my good cousin Big M.
And I am Diana. So what is your name?
I am the house runner. I run the day-to-day operations of the Scarlin Farms. My name is not important.
Of course it is. All right. We were hoping to speak with someone in the house. Well, we were inquiring as to an individual, and she hasn't been here for some time. We were wondering if someone in the household might know her.
Kind of just looks at all of you.
I try to match the body language in an attempt to mock him.
He's holding his hands like this right now, by the way.
You wear that robe farming? You do all your housework out there in those robes?
I run the house. I don't run the farms.
Okay. What kind of farm are you running where you can afford that kind of thing?
This is not mine. This is the family's. I
What
am
kind of
hired
family?
by the family.
Okay.
Can I see into the house behind him at all?
Make a perception check.
That is going to be 10.
Alrighty. You kind of look and you can see the house is not very well lit right now, but it's like you can see a bit into the house, and it's has this very nice kind of rug that leads out into the rest of the house. But that's really all you can see. You can't really see it. He's taking up like most of the doorway. You can just kind of see past him, unless you were to like try to push past him. You can't really see that far into the house.
Hmm.
Do you
So you're looking for a person
Yes.
that hasn't been here for a while.
Yes.
And why did you come here?
Oh, well, we were speaking with Nithar over at Nithar's General Goods. You probably know. It's not that big a town. In any case, I asked him who the oldest person in town would be, and he said probably from Scarlin Farms, in more or less words.
Yes.
I just want to speak. Yes,
Lady Scarlin is the oldest of the town.
Lady Scarlin. That's right. Thank you. Would it be possible to speak with her?
Lady Scarlin does not take visitors.
Would she like to visit us?
Especially visitors who show up out of nowhere.
Would we be able to schedule a visit?
Is there another kind of visitor?
The visitors that are known to the family, yes, and have legitimate business with the Scarlin family.
I got business. My Uncle Terry's looking for a job. I'm not gonna commit to that.
Make a deception check.
Fuck me.
Can I nod vigorously to give him the help action?
No, that does not help.
What is the roll here?
Deception check. If anything, going like this would probably hurt your case.
That's an 18.
Well, if your Uncle Terry is looking for a job, tell him to come here himself.
Harry is so not even close to what we said his name was. Obviously out of character.
Yes. Well, he's an accountant, and he's actually got a problem with his legs. We actually got this cane for him a couple days ago. Haven't been able to deliver him yet, but
I do myself have a business proposition for Lady Scarlin. My specialty is in plants. I might actually be able to do some good for your farms.
Actually, Druid at a farm would be good.
If you have that business, that would not go to Lady Scarlin directly. That would go through me or one of her sons.
Excellent. Well...
And who are you? What are your qualifications?
Again, my name is Dionys, and I am a druid. And she doesn't have prestidigitation or anything. She's really missing Thomas Archibald in this moment. But she's just like, I believe that I could double the capacity of your harvest.
How long have you been practicing your magic?
Oh goodness, one loses track. A long time.
Show me
Lord.
Show me the most powerful thing you can do.
Waste a spell slot? Are you kidding me?
This perhaps won't be as impressive as you would like. She is going to cast Summon Fae.
Okay.
And so she is going to basically, like, pull her arms together and allow, like, the rustling winds. And there's, like, this brief moment where the wind gets really loud, and then there's this sudden popping sound as a little spirit, a Fae spirit appears. Mm-hmm. It is small, and I am personally choosing the Mirthful Fae.
Do you have the Gilded Flower worth 300 gold pieces to cast this spell?
I sure do.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I bought that Gilded Flower before we had left Zasperos.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so it is specifically she's summoning a Mirthful Fae. So it is looking a bit like, I'm trying to think. It kind of looks somewhere between like a fox and a person, where the features sort of blend together. And each time you look at it, it's a little bit different and a little bit unsettling. You can't quite tell if the foxness is like a mask of some sort, or if the humanness is a part of a mask of some sort. But he is wearing a cute little suit, very similar to the one actually that this guy's wearing.
Okay.
And he has a little short sword at his side, and he gives a bow to the guy as he appears.
Make a persuasion check.
That is going to be 21.
All right.
I love that face on Hayden. Oh no.
Impressive. That is your most powerful capability?
It is not my only capability, but it's what I have prepared for the day.
You might be useful yet. You are nowhere near the power level of the mages that we usually have work the farm in that degree, but some of them are getting old and close to retirement, so hiring an apprentice for one of them may not be such a bad idea.
The spell that I'm talking about will last for an entire year, and it will take a mere 8 hours, and for the rest of the year, your harvest will be doubled within a half-mile radius. I will not stay on for a very long time.
We already have mages that do that. I was speaking of more powerful druidic magics that might help our farm.
Dionys is going to cast Charm Person.
All right.
Yeehaw!
I'm gonna be flat out honest. I hate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna make a wisdom saving throw.
Your charm has no effect. You reach out with your magic. Probably, let's see. Charm person has what? Is it just verbal components?
Mm-hmm.
So you kind of, move your hand and you let the little bit of magic come out as it kind of just wafts right over his eyes for a second as he just blinks, unmoving, unfazed, and says, "Please, I would ask you not try to alter my mind." Now, I think that was quite rude, and I would like you all to leave the family's estate.
That was rude. You've been incredibly rude to us this entire time.
Yeah.
Good evening, as he steps backwards inside the house and shuts the door.
Can I try to get my foot in the door real quick? Kind of shove it in quick?
Make an acrobatics check.
Okay. That's a 16.
Okay.
I blocked the door.
The door is closing, and you just kind of impulse, step forward and put your foot in the door, and it slams into your foot for a second, and you wince.
Yeah.
And it opens again, and he says, "Don't make me call the guards."
No, okay, listen. I just one thing. I could be a really good help. 3 times per short rest, I can make myself jump twice as high.
Get your foot out of the family's doorway.
What's the name of the family again?
The Scarlin family. Were you asking me as the DM or or him as the?
You as the DM.
Okay, Scarlin family.
Okay, Scarlin. Okay. But I before I move my foot out, I'm just I hope you know this is incredibly sus, right?
You have 3 seconds to remove your foot before you are all executed.
Dionys is going to
back. My foot's
behind the door.
My foot is back.
Okay.
From where he is while this is happening, so that Mr. Fuckface can't see me, and she is going to use one of her, I can't think of what it's called, her druidic transformations. You know what I'm trying to say. Animal shape.
Your wild shapes. Okay.
Thank you. She's definitely going into little spider form.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll through the door.
Okay. So, as soon as your foot leaves the doorway, the door shuts behind you. As you look over and you see, just as finishing, is the ribbons have wrapped around Dionys, and then they move away, and Dionys is now a tiny little spider.
Aw.
Dionys is going to crawl underneath the crack between the door.
Okay. Make just
She's going to
general dexterity check to try to it's not a high DC. I just gotta make you roll to see if you get under the door.
Yeah, it's going to be over a 15.
Okay, yes. So you are able to crawl inside.
Now she's going to wait under the door to make sure that this guy fucks off first.
Okay. Make a perception check as the spider. Actually, I believe you have your own mental stats, so you're good there.
Yeah. That's going to be a 22.
22? Okay. So you wait for a second, listening as a spider, and you hear boom, 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 as footsteps begin to walk away from the door.
All right. Dionys is in spider form, and she is exploring this house.
Okay. So
find this old lady.
You crawl out of the door. Before we get into that, Micah and Monty, what are you doing?
I was with Monty. We should do the same thing, right?
Yeah. Let's be on our way and stay nearby. Be ready to regroup.
Okay.
Okay.
I say this very quietly, of course.
Yeah. So you're walking off of the property but staying nearby?
Yes. Does there seem to be anybody that has eyes on us if we just walk like a little bit away from the porch?
Make a perception check, but as you walk off of the porch, the minute your back is turned to the door, both of you, for a second, feel a chill go right across your neck. Just like cold air, like somebody just kind of breathing on your neck for half a second. You swear it kind of makes your hairs stand on their end, and then comes back down.
Okay. As soon as I feel that, I reach into one of the compartments of my jacket, and we're going for charge number 2 of the Rod of Magic Detection.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you... Yeah, what's the radius? 30 feet?
I believe it's whatever the radius is on Detect Magic,
Mm-hmm.
which I believe is 30 feet.
Mm-hmm. Hold up, let me look at the spell.
Yes, 30 feet
Okay.
of me.
Okay. So, there's no magic behind you. The only magic you feel on this porch area, that you kind of as you step back, were the sconces. The empty sconces had some form of illusion magic in each of them.
And do I see anybody? Okay.
Let me double
Go
check
for
that
it.
it's
Go
illusion
for it.
magic.
Go for it. Go for it.
Excuse me, not illusion. Evocation.
Evocation.
Sorry.
Fascinating. Now just to be totally, in case any of our viewers don't know what a sconce is.
Yes.
It's like, you know those things that hold up torches on a wall?
Uh-huh.
It's like that.
It's like that. So it's like a piece of metal going out from the wall that is holding a small, like, cylindrical dish.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to check. Is there anybody out here? Any eyes on me? I was going to make a
perception
perception. Cool. That'll be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20?
Ooh.
There's some people... Well, actually, it's 4 o'clock. People probably would have moved in from the fields by now. You don't see anybody immediately. There was nobody in sight.
Also, officially for the record, I did math wrong there. It was a 17. Still good, though.
Still enough to not see
Nobody
anybody
directly in sight. Okay. I'm against my better judgment. I'm gonna take a little look at them sconces. I'm gonna try to just investigate them a little further, see if I can get a feel or a read on anything else that's going on with them.
Okay. They're like midway up these really large marble pillars. How are you getting to them? Because they're probably about 10 to 15 feet in the air from where you're standing.
Let me see if I've got something for this. So sorry, one moment. I sure don't. So standing under them, if I walk near them, do anything change? Feel any change in the air?
No.
Okay. Can I poke one with my cane?
Sure. Take your cane. You're able to kind of reach up and ding ding. It's metal.
All right. Okay. I'll walk away from the sconces then.
Okay. So you walk away from the sconces.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of sticking nearby. How far away from the household are you walking?
I think we're going to very lazily, like very, very slowly walk as if we're leaving the premises, but try to give as much time as possible that we're close by the house.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me. Both of you.
Okay.
I got disadvantage on those.
This is just to see if you can make it look like you're walking away.
So do I still have disadvantage then from my armor, or is this a different kind of thing?
I'll say... with no connection issues.
Damn. Pretty good though for good track. No.
So no, you would not have disadvantage on this. We're gonna say that this is technically a this is not like moving quietly. It's moving inconspicuously.
Cool. Well, I'm still very good at that. I got a 10.
Stealth is my highest skill. I get a +5. I got a 7.
Okay. So you begin to, as best you feel, walk away from the household inconspicuously.
Hope nobody notices me. Woo! Just walking away inconspicuously, I say, walking out.
Dionys.
Yes.
You're a tiny little spider.
I am a tiny little spider.
Do spiders have dark vision?
I believe they do.
Because the house is not illuminated at all.
But surely would only be moonlight, right?
And the windows are drawn. Like the curtains are drawn in the windows.
God, this place is so suspicious. Yeah. I'm out of character. I'm having second thoughts, but Dionys is stubborn in this instance.
How are we
So, spider, pull it up.
Dark vision. Yep, you got dark vision 30 feet.
Cool.
You have one hit point too. So
1 hit point.
Yeah. Okay.
So what she's mostly doing is she's going to kind of like go ahead and crawl up as high as she can get up onto the ceiling.
Okay.
Of the wall that she just came through.
So, as you kind of come out and you go up, you hear, as you're crawling up, you hear the footsteps stop, and you kind of turn and you look, and the housekeeper, who, in his, purple, fancy clothing, has walked into the hallway, right up to the wall, so it's like this large grand staircase that extends, and it actually extends just at the edge of your vision. You kind of see the beginnings of this grand staircase that leads up, but you can't see past that. He walks right up to the edge of the staircase, and then just kind of stands facing towards the wall, just in this position, just completely still.
Okay, so Dionys is going to crawl up to the top of the wall so she can get to that floor easier.
Okay.
And circumvent around the walls.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me.
Cool. Do I get, advantage because I'm a spider?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
When we have 22.
22. So, you begin to crawl along the wall. You're moving towards the staircase?
Yes.
Okay. So you get closer and closer to the staircase. I'm assuming you're going on the wall that the guy's back is to, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you're crawling across there. Just crawling. Across. As you get closer, you see the grand staircase kind of comes more into view as you see the house kind of, the minute it gets to the grand staircase, it was this long hallway that goes towards the grand staircase. and then it splits out at the grand staircase, and there's a whole, like, the first floor basically starts right past the grand staircase, where you can see hallways leading into other locations, and then the grand staircase, which leads up. The grand staircase, however, I mean, it looks, everything here is immaculately clean, but the staircase itself seems just to be, like, obviously, because it's the first thing you walk into, you don't really tell what colors it is, because you can't really see any color right now, because the room is black. It's dark. There's no light in here right now. But you can kind of get the sense that it is light. As you are kind of now going over, you are right above the housekeeper.
Cool. She's going to just continue to crawl.
Okay.
She's going to just try to see if she can find what looks to be like a residential wing.
Are you going up the stairs, or are you staying on the first floor?
Oh, she's going to go onto the second floor. Remember, she's crawled all the way up so she can get onto the second floor.
Okay. So the first floor is doors, like hallways and things, and as you crawl up the second floor, you get over to it, and you see, I need you to make another stealth check for me.
Okay. Trying to push that thing out of the way. That is a 12.
Okay. 12. Oh. So, you get to, like, you're going along the wall, so you're not on the staircase, you're not on the rung, you're kind of following along the wall as you go up, and as your vision crests into the top of the staircase before you see anything else, you see two armored individuals in like full metal armor. They have, each of them have just kind of at their front, resting on the ground, these two great swords, and they have helmets which are shut over their faces. And as you kind of get up, and you're rising up, so their bodies are coming more and more into your sight. As soon as you get to their head, both heads are looking directly at you.
Diana stops and looks at them.
You kind of take a second, you're looking at them, and then one of their hands moves
taking the dodge action
onto the sword, and the other, and they both start to raise their swords.
Excellent.
And just kind of cross them in front of the staircase. So they are making like an X at the top of the staircase. Just staring at you.
Dionysus is going to... Oh, man. Dionysus is going to go back out the front door.
Okay. As you go back down, you hear shoo, as they go back to their positions, just as their lines, as you kind of follow along. I need one more stealth check from you, please.
It's going to be a 23.
So you come back down off the stairs, the wall of stairs. You go back onto the wall, and you're walking along the wall. Kind of, you got a bit of like a gut in your stomach because of, what you just experienced. There was some just innate fear to it. Mm-hmm. And as you're walking along, you kind of look down, and the housekeeper's head and eyes are now following you as you walk towards the door. You get to the door, and the minute you kind of crest under the doorway, you feel a chill just go through your whole body. And you make it out from under the doorway.
Okay, so she is going to untransform outside the doorway. And she's just going to kind of like...
You immediately see Micah and Monty trying to look as inconspicuous as possible while walking.
Dionysus is just going to run.
All right. You run and you're able to catch up with them easily.
As soon as I see Dionysus running, I am also running.
Yeah, as soon as it comes up, we see her run. We fucking book it.
The fucking Benny Hill starts playing as we get off the land.
Mhm.
You okay? What happened in there?
I never want to go back there, and yet I get the feeling we have to. Which is a horrible thing to say. I was in my form as a spider, and they just, the whole house was in darkness, and the house master just stood there in the dark. And then when I went to try to sneak around the house, there were these armed guards, fully armored. Their helmets shut, and they watched me. They could see me coming, but they didn't make any move to slap. I was a spider, but they didn't make any move to slash at me or to slap me or to kill me or anything. They crossed their swords in front of them in the shape of an X, and there is something terrible going on in that household. And I am almost certain it has something to do with the Phoenix King. There is a reason this cult has lasted as long as it has in Domat.
I agree. I mean, I think we can ask around, see if, they're known to be like magical secret having farmers, but if not, I think this could be a big lead, could be a hot lead.
The housemaster mentioned that they had mages who did work for them.
Exactly, yeah.
I think perhaps we should continue some sort of reconnaissance. However, I do think also that we should be extremely cautious going forward.
I think so.
Yeah.
We can start by asking around and then formulate a plan from there, because I don't think we're going to get invited in.
No. Not unless we are able to get in contact with someone who knows them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I can do some stuff. I can disguise myself, or I can make somebody invisible. Both of those.
I don't think such a thing would be good in this instance.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it.
My charm, there was no effect. There was no blowback even. It's like it didn't even reach him.
Mm-hmm. There are those sconces outside. I know what sconces are. They had a.
As you kind of look back as you say that, the sun has begun to set. Dionysus took a little while in the sink, and you see back on the pillars, the sconces have begun to emanate just a soft blue light from inside. Like the blue orbs have kind of apparated in the center of these sconces.
Okay, so it seemed like I was just looking too far into it, and they're just lights.
They're magic light bulbs, yes.
That's all you see right now.
Okay.
I also think, and I might be off, this is a bit of a stretch. This is the second building that has featured red double doors. It was this, and it was the same one with Nathar's General Goods. And who sent us there?
That is interesting. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I was not sure if you were marinating in that or if I needed to actually answer that question. I apologize.
So, confused at the house you just encountered, heading back towards the heart of Domat, with many more questions than you started the day with, we're going to go ahead and end this evening's episode.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody, for watching.
Thanks, everyone.
Ooh, spooky!
Thank you all. Happy birthday, Moira.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Moira.
birthday, Moira.
This session didn't have anything to do with you, but also just happy birthday anyway.
Just generally.
Yeah.
But yes.
That chill down your neck, that's Moira waiting for you. Birthday.
It would have been kind of weird if the session did have something to do with Moira.
Yeah,
that'd
twist.
be really weird.
Yeah.
But yes, we will see you next week. As always, follow us on Twitter at JustQuestDND to keep up to date with all the new stuff.
Get a vaccine if you can.
Yes, do that, please. And
Gonzales County has tons. Like they always have like tons of availability as well.
I'm pretty soon.
Come and take it. Come and take your shot.
We will have another Jest guest here soon in the coming weeks, I'm pretty sure. So that's that to look forward to. It's also look forward to what the heck's the party's going to do about the Phoenix Gang and about the new Scarlin family. So, until next week. Bye, y'all.
Have a good week, everyone.